What should I draw? I got my pencil, my paper, my fine liner, and my eraser. Oh no, I don't know what to draw. What's up guys, this is Creative Loft, and today I am bringing you 10 ways to fill your sketchbook. I know the sketchbook can be a very daunting thing, and it's hard to get ideas. You just go blank, or you have art block, and that happens a lot. And I thought it would be fun to give you 10 easy ways to fill your sketchbook. And also, some of these are going to be challenges, just because that's a fun way to fill your sketchbook, to do art challenges in them. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, first thing you're gonna need is a pen or a fine liner, but not a pencil. Absolutely no pencils allowed. So what we're gonna be doing is you're going to draw your favorite thing in pen. Just the thing you love to draw most, and it has to be in pen. It can be any color pen you want, but no pencil. And the reason we're doing it in pen is because when you do a drawing in pen, you don't have that freedom to erase, which lets you to be more loose with your drawings and not care as much, because there's really nothing you can do about it. So I know lots of artists have trouble with trying to make their sketchbooks look perfect. I struggle with that too. You want it to be perfect, especially if you're showing it to the public. But the truth is, if you feel comfortable showing your messy scribbles and your bad drawings to the public in a sketchbook tour, then go for it. I don't, because it doesn't feel comfortable to me, because I would try to make every drawing perfect in my sketchbook. But a sketchbook is a place to be messy, let your thoughts out, and just doodle. So you don't have to worry about all that stuff. All that matters is that you're having fun. Don't make the books look perfect. Don't make your pages look perfect. Like, don't. Just don't. So, my favorite thing to draw is people, but you can draw anything you want. If you like to draw animals, draw animals. If you like to draw scenery, draw some scenery. But just fill this with whatever you like to draw the most. Trust me, it's fun, and I thought it was a great way to start off the video. Okay, next up, you may have heard of this before. It's called the 3-color challenge. It was originated as the 3-marker challenge, and that's what I'm doing. But it's basically the 3-color challenge because you have to choose a random 3 colors. You can use a color generator, or you can close your eyes and like blindly pick 3 markers. And then you have to create a drawing or an OC with those 3 colors. But you can also just use these colors for inspiration. Like with this character, Jade, her original 3 colors, I was like, oh, I have an idea for a character. And I was like, but I need more colors. So I alternated her color palette. So you can use this challenge for inspiration, or you can take it very seriously and actually do the 3-marker challenge. That's also really fun, so it's whatever you want to do. And experiment. It's a fun challenge, and I do it all the time personally. It's such a fun way to create OCs. So next up, we're doing some random prompts. You can find random prompt generators, or go on Pinterest and search prompt lists, and so you can get all sorts of results. I used a random prompt generator. I forget what it was called. You can download it in the App Store. But you can get like 1-word prompts, or like a whole thing that's happening. This one was a scarecrow on a bad date. So that's exactly what I did. I drew a scarecrow getting rejected by his lady crow. And this is really fun if you don't have any ideas, because it can just get you started, and they're so random that it's just, it's hilarious. They're so random. And I had a lot of fun doing this. This is honestly one of my favorite drawings in my whole sketchbook, and it's a good way to pass the time. So 100% recommend this. You can get whole prompt lists if you wanted to draw a picture every day of that month or year. It totally depends, but there he is, his little heart getting broken. And so, yeah, this is really fun. I love doing it. Recommend, again. And he also has wilting flowers. I love it so much. You can have like prompts like falling or something like that. So next up, you're going to go on Safari or Pinterest or whatever drawing or photo program you have, and you're going to draw what you see. If it's on your home page, or you could search drawings and just draw what you see. Or you could, and if you don't have any of that, you could go to your window and see what you find. And it's just really fun. I love doing it. And also, if you're copying somebody else's art and you're posting it online, please credit the artist's original work in your description. So next, draw something you're passionate about or an event that you're taking part in at this time. It can be anything, and this is fun to do because it helps you feel grateful sometimes, depending on what you're drawing. And it also just makes you feel happy, and it kind of helps you know where your heart's at when you're drawing this and what you're passionate about. Because sometimes when you sit down and just think, what am I passionate about? You think of the less deep things, but you tend to portray more emotion when you do this kind of thing, because you're making it so much more clear. And this is always a great kind of page to explain if you're ever doing a sketchbook tour. So yeah, it's nice, and I had fun doing this. And it's colorful, which I like. Okay, so next one is swatch some new or old art supplies. If you have any art supplies you haven't swatched before or that you just got recently, then swatch it. It's just fun, easy. I don't know. I don't have much to say about this. Just a good way to fill a page if you're looking to finish your sketchbook, which everybody is, so I don't know. But I got these pens at Michael's because I live in Canada and in British Columbia right now. There's some mudslides and flooding, and I live in a really small town, and there's no Amazon company here. So I ordered some fine liners on Amazon, and they didn't come because they're stuck in a different place, and there's a mudslide between there, so they're probably not gonna come, and I needed something to tie me over, so this is all I could think of. I do hope the fine liners come soon. They were the Ohuhu, not the fine liners, but like the Ohuhu water-based brush pens, because they have like a really fine tip on one end. So I thought they'd be okay with fine lining because I wanted to start fine lining in color. I don't know why, I just kind of wanted to, so I did. And I think it makes it look super soft, which is nice. Here is the finished results. This next one is another challenge. I recently discovered this challenge and I've been really loving it. You might have heard of it. It's a pretty popular one. It's called the 6 Fan Art Challenge. And if you watch a lot of cartoons and read a lot of like graphic novels, this is a good challenge for you, because then you have lots of characters spinning through your head. And basically what you do is you take characters from your favorite shows or movies and you draw them in your style. And it's really fun because when you see these unique characters, you want to draw them. And this is a really fun way to do it. The two on the far right, one was from a novel, so I had to imagine her, and the other one was from a movie. Okay, next one is to do some studies. I know, studies are horrible. I don't like doing studies. But if you don't know what to draw, freshen up your skills a little bit. Practice some classical anatomy of the face or whatever you like to draw. So, by the way, all of this doesn't just apply to people, if that was not clear. So, I just really like to draw people. So, just get it over with. Fill a sketchbook page. Okay, next one is another art challenge. I'm sorry there's so many art challenges. If you're not a fan of art challenges, maybe this sketchbook video wasn't for you, but the DTIYS challenge, which is draw this in your style. So you look at other people's art and you draw their characters or their drawings in your style. I love doing these. I got both of these pictures on Pinterest, and once again, if you are posting them online, link them in your description. I'm going to link these drawings in my description. And let's move on to the next sketchbook idea. This next one is kind of like an abstract doodle. I'm sorry it's so fast, but I didn't want to make this video too long, so feel free to pause it. But basically you do this wiggly line, and then you do dots, and you do lines coming out of the dot, make sure they're curved, and you just continue that along through the page, and then you do more coming out of the dots, and then you do more dots. I'm sorry, there's a lot of dots and lines. But trust me, it's going to look really cool. It looks really weird right now, but it's going to look cool. And so you repeat the same steps as you did before. Just do it all over again, and make sure you make each bubble a different distance, because it just makes it look a lot nicer. And I'm using a Posca to do this because I couldn't find anything else, but preferably you should use a Sharpie or a fine liner, something thick. I like to do this kind of exercise with a thick type marker or pen. And it's also a great way to warm up before you start drawing. And so then after you finish these bubbles, make sure you do quite a few lines coming out of the bubbles. You don't want them to be really narrow. You want them to be bulgy and big. They kind of look like braids. I know. But it's already starting to come out pretty nice. So next you're going to start silhouetting around these spots. So you kind of just trace around the open spots, like what I'm doing, to just fill the rest of the space in. And just as you get smaller, they get smaller. And I'll join you once again once we are done coloring it in. Preferably you would choose 5 colors. I'm sorry it's kind of blotchy. Here's the finished result. I was kind of burnt out by this point, so it looks a little bit messy. Okay, we are on to our final sketchbook idea, and this is part of Huevember. If you don't know what Huevember is, it's you use a different hue every day of that month to create a drawing or character, and you can only use that hue. I got blue, so the first thing that popped in my mind, I'm sorry it's another challenge, but the first thing that popped in my mind was a sad person. Sorry for all those blue lovers out there. I love blue too. It makes me think of sadness from inside out. And so I wanted to make this character in a very sad, scrunched up pose. The pose was a little bit hard, but after a couple attempts and messing up, I got it right, I think. I mean, it's not perfect. It looks a little bit stiff. I could work on that. That's something I need to work on. And this was actually a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. Like, I was like, oh, all sorts of blues go together perfectly. But no, they don't. I had so much trouble, probably since I have a limited color, like a very limited selection of blues, it made this even harder. And it's hard. It was hard. It was fun, but it was hard. Like, there was quite a few blues that I didn't use, and it was hard to make all the blues look good together because a lot of these blues were really dark, and I wanted some more lights. Like, I chose the lightest color for the skin, but it still looked really dark. That's one of the problems with the Lulus. I have a couple like blue Copics, but they weren't they were more greeny, so I couldn't use them. And here is the finished results. I think she turned out pretty good. You can see my struggle with the colors. But this was overall really fun, and if you really want to take this character seriously and like brainstorm, do little sketches all around the character, go for it. I just wanted to make it simple, and I didn't want to spend too much time on this, just so we could get through this video, because, you know, don't want to bore you. And so I'm going to thank you guys for watching, subscribe and like, and I'll see you next time.